We are back for the second half of the girls varsity game here between the Scarlets and the Cougars. 0-0 matchup in the first half. Looks like West is trying to fire up right away. Wouldn't surprise me here, Kevin, if the first goal came quickly. Both these teams kind of tend to be a second half team. They were kind of like a good boxer trading blows there in the first half, and we'll see who counterpunches the best here in the second half.
Yeah, the feeling out period's over, and like you said, maybe a score will come early and stand up for a game winner.
Looks like ball's coming back up the right side here. Distributed long by the Cougars. Got Lizzie on Morgan. Morgan turns to the inside, and she's able to split those defenders, and looks like she's got a great scoring opportunity. Left-footed shot, shut down by Emma Motter. Good job by Emma, not being fooled by some of the things that were maybe going on by some of the offensive players on the outside. Kind of concentrating on the ball and concentrating on the task at hand. Good job, Emma.
Demonstrating some very nice patience with the ball there and moving it over to left foot and striking it soundly, though, and putting a nice shot on Motter.
Yeah, Lizzie did a really nice job of splitting those defenders, taking it in, and creating an opportunity for herself. And sometimes, Kevin, in a game that's 0-0 like this, you almost have to create an opportunity for yourself and your team and just get off the snide and get that first goal, especially as a senior leader.
Yep, some maturity there, and you saw the patience play out that comes with that experience, and worked it inside nicely into the box, and very nice opportunity early on in the second half for the Cougars.
So good news for the Scarlets. It looks like Alex Ludke is back on the field. Again, I'm just guessing she had to catch her breath and maybe ran a little short on that. So I think we got a couple of the girls that have got exercise-induced asthma on both squads. Ball's distributed to the inside. Emma, nice job with Rayanne Meyer coming in pretty hard on that one. It was a good idea for Emma to come out of her box and grab that ball real quick.
Yeah, obviously we've switched ends here, and the wind advantage now at the Cougars' back in the attacking half of the second period here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that wind change kind of plays out with the directness that has been associated so far with the Cougar attack. If they distribute the ball on the ground, the wind won't probably play too much into that, but distributing the ball high is really going to cause that ball to possibly roll even out of bounds and create a lot of goal kicks. Again, Lizzie Vetter looking dangerous here. Ball is played back. Shot from the outside. Emma Motter catches that one with her feet quick off the shin guards and then back up to the hands. That was kind of a tweener.
Yeah, Lizzie looking very quick up top there. Had pulled all of the Scarlet defense to that side. Her sister Jenny was filling the spot at the top of the box. If she could have looked up and saw her, Jenny was alone at the top of the box.
LC, Lauren Callway creating an opportunity here if she can get the cross off. They've got two defenders kind of closing her down. Still gets the cross. Oh, gets blocked, it looks like. And Haley Barsness relieves the pressure with a long ball to the outside.
Colway very strong on her feet up there, and she's a load to take off the ball, but she was getting knocked around pretty good, had her hands up in the air looking for a call.
Christina Johns popping the ball back in, looking to create an opportunity from the outside. And a long ball to Ashley Gustafson. Can she get on this one? No. Morgan comes in as a good goalie should. Attacks that ball and says, I own this space inside the 18. So nice job, Morgan, on that one.
Going to have a special guest announcer, Brian Ball, head coach of the number 2 ranked, nationally ranked MSU women's soccer team, going to join you on the color analysis here.
Boy, they are having a fantastic season, and we're looking forward to chatting with Brian about that a little bit and seeing what he thinks of his first official East versus West Pack the Stands rivalry. Brian, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us, and boy, just thanks for participating in all that's going on this weekend in the community in regards to soccer. And I know you had the girls out here this morning running a free clinic. You've got some games this weekend, so again, I think your participation has really amplified what this event means and what goes on for the weekend here in Mankato for soccer.
Definitely. Well, this is an absolutely awesome event, and we're so excited that we got a chance to be a part of it this year. So, to not only give back to the community a little bit and get involved with the kids, but to have the opportunity to just be out and be a part of this is really fun.
Absolutely. It looks like we may have had a handball just outside the box, so another free kick for the Scarlets. We'll see if if they can make one of these free kicks pay off. Good scoring opportunity from about 25 yards out. Looks like McKenna Beisman's going to take that one. Brian, tell me a little bit about how the season's going. I know you guys are undefeated. You rank second in the nation. That's fantastic. I get really excited for MSU soccer and what you guys are doing with the program. So tell me a little bit about the season. Oh, and excuse me, I'm jumping on the question here, but a fantastic goal that went bar down from McKenna Beisman. The Scarlets take a 1-0 lead off of a free kick. They've had several of those free kicks that have been in that 20-plus yard range. This is the first one that they could take advantage of. And wow, what a nice piece of skill there on that shot. Good power, barred down, nothing really Morgan could do about that one. So Scarlets are going to have a 1-0 lead with the Cougars kicking off the ball. Brian, we'll go back to the question. Sorry about jumping on that really quick, got a little excited. But hey, why don't you tell us a little bit about how the season's going and what's going on at MSU?
Yeah, well, you know, we've been fortunate. We've been able to get off to a great start here, and you know, sit at 7-0 right now, and have had some big wins. You know, we went down to Oklahoma to open up the season and took out a Central Oklahoma team that is typically, you know, very strong NCAA tournament caliber team, and then came back home and had the game against Grand Valley State, and were able to knock them off their throne, so to say. And I think that was a really big breakthrough moment for our program. And then we've, you know, jumped into conference play here and you know, gotten things off on the right foot there as well. So we're pleased with where we're at right now. But I think we can get even better, and that's kind of the point we're at right now, is just trying to keep pushing and get better every time we step on the field.
Fantastic. I would call any win against last year's national champion a benchmark or a stalwart kind of opportunity for your club, and I know they've kind of had our number here for the last couple of years, so it's kind of good to take it to them. It's also good to actually play them on our pitch versus having to go to their complex with their advantages that they have there. So congratulations on that win. Congratulations on the 7-0. Why don't you tell what the game tomorrow? We got something tomorrow afternoon. You got the time and who's the opponent?
Yeah, tomorrow we play another NSIC conference game against Minnesota Crookston. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff at the pitch, and you know, would love to have as many fans and stuff as we can get out there and support the Mavs, and you know, hopefully they'll see some good soccer action. So.
And I believe tomorrow is also a Mankato United day. If the kids wear their jerseys to the game, I believe tomorrow they get in for free.
They definitely do. Yep, and we would love to have a great Mankato United representation, you know, and you know, get those kids, you know, involved in our program as much as we can. So
in the spirit of Pack the Stands, I would encourage every youth soccer fan to go out and watch some very high-level soccer played right here in town. Number 2, nationally ranked, looking to go number 1 hopefully, and cause some damage in the NCAA tournaments. Look forward to seeing your games the rest of the year, and thanks for taking a couple minutes to watch some soccer. What do you think of the East versus West rivalry?
This is great. This is the first one that I've actually been able to take in since, you know, making the move here to Mankato, and this is, like I said, this is such a cool event, and you know, to see the rivalry that seems to be in place is a lot of fun. So look forward to being a part of it for a lot of years to come. So.
Terrific. Brian, good luck with the season, and again, thanks for joining me for just a little bit.
Thank you so much for having me, and good luck to both East and West.
All right, good to see you, sir. Looks like we're going to have an East throw-in. We're back on their offensive side here. Again, thanks to Brian Ball for joining us. Very exciting to have a program in town that's doing as well as they're doing, to be nationally ranked, and cannot wait to see what they do in the NCAA tournament. I think they are definitely going to have one of those years. At a 7-0 mark right now, and again, beating Grand Valley State, Kevin, is a fantastic milestone.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You know, Peter McGahey had established a nice foundation, moved on to the Central Michigan program. You know, Brian stepped in, and we haven't missed a beat, and playing some pretty good soccer right now. They're going to be contending for a conference championship and hopefully some postseason hosting opportunities.
We look forward to that, and I look forward to wearing my hat and gloves during some cold soccer, hopefully as long as possible at MSU. Ball's inside the 18, kind of bouncing around. It's an opportunity for East here if they can get control of the ball, but Tina Johns shuts them down, distributes the ball back to the outside, but not quite cleared. Morgan finally takes care of clearing that ball, Morgan Kramer. Scarlets are moving the ball up pretty quickly here. AJ Abdo distributes to Gustafson, who throws one up to Dana Bonks, who's going hard on the ball. Cougar defender did a good job of getting between Dana and the ball there and really using kind of that angle to shut down that opportunity.
Yeah, it's good to see West continuing to make that push, you know, with one on the board. They don't want to sit and rest on their laurels. You're going to get East's best effort here. You're not going to see them go away quietly here in the second half, and here they come on the attack.
Rayanne Myers trying to create an opportunity there. She had her player beat, and then defensively it looked like McKenna Beisman was able to get back in front of her and kind of deflect that attempted cross. McKenna's got a good opportunity driving it through the middle here. Kind of find a gap there for Ashley Gustafson. Unfortunately, I think Ashley was kind of facing the wrong way when the ball was passed through that gap, so she wasn't able to use her speed and get on top of that one like we've seen Ashley do throughout the season so far. She's got 8 goals for the Scarlets this year.
She's done a nice job, and they try to hook up on that playing the ball through, but just a little outside her reach.
Kendra Cruz comes in. You've got that Cruz-to-Cruz connection. They seem to be, like you said, controlling that right side of the midfield, and Chrissy seems to enjoy making a Cruz-for-Cruz transition there. Ball's coming up. Looks like Lizzie's on that ball. Christina Johns trying to shut her down and uses her speed to take the ball to the outside. Good idea to just move that one to the outside by Christina Johns. That was a real scoring opportunity if Lizzie could have got on top of that one.
Probably two of the quickest players on the field in the foot race there, and Johns able to catch up with it. As you mentioned, just sometimes that's a great play, pushing the ball outside and giving the Scarlet defense a chance to reset here.
Yeah, we got a couple tracksters going at each other there. Ball shot in. Emma Mata bobbles that one. Oh, no. And looks like East is able to get one on the backside. Was that Natalie Shizzle that was able to put that one in the back of the net? I can't see the number, but it looks like East is even this one up with a great play that was played through the middle, bobbled by Emma Mater, and then quickly finished by Natalie Shizzle. She's a fast player as well. If we talk about fast players that are on the field, she's one of those younger kids that can make a difference for this East program as well.
Just a nose for the ball, being persistent, staying with it, and cleaning up the backside there.
Great job by East on that one. Just never giving up on the opportunity and keeping it down here on the offensive end. So we've got a 1-1 tie, and we're back where we started this half in a tied position.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we go through the whole first 40 minutes with no scoring, and now just barely into the second half. Early on here, 2 quick scores. Not it again.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the offensive opportunities are coming a little more quickly. I think one thing that's happened, Kevin, is both teams have figured out how to use the field a little bit more. They've been putting the ball to the outside, a lot of centering passes, and switching the field. So on this big field, real opportunity if you've got some speed, if you know how to take advantage of it with some crisp passing that goes through the defenders. Because you think about it, there's another 10 yards that back line has to defend side to side. You're going to have bigger gaps for those players that are quick to run through. Yep, officially Natalie Shizzle had that goal.
Bob Olson making the call there. Bob's been a part of West Soccer for a long time, doing the announcing. This Pack the Stands, a lot of the credit for the start and the origin of this event traces back to Bob Olson's involvement when his daughter Kristen was playing for the Scarlets.
Shot by Rayanne from the outside. That one missed the net by about 3 feet, but boy, that was another dangerous opportunity. It looks like the Cougars have come back. Claws out, so to speak here, Kevin. They've created some opportunities, aren't afraid to take shots from a little bit of a distance.
No, with the intensity of this rivalry, nobody's going to give up on anything with a 1-goal differential, and they've clawed their way right back into this.
Goal kick comes back up through the middle. East is going to possess that one. Looks like Jenny's distributing it out to her sister. Again, using this space, the Cougars have really figured out how to use the oversized field compared to the football field, and Amber Fredericks is going to distribute that one out of bounds. Quick throw-in comes in. Good turn here with an opportunity. Big cross just over the heads of the oncoming players. Gabrielle Boyer trying to track that one down.
The Vetter sisters both with big legs. You don't want to give them too much room out there. They're going to put that thing up.
I think the speed has increased, Kevin, just a little bit, and I think the intensity and the physicalness has increased just a little bit. Again, 0-0. I think with West coming out tough and getting that first goal, kind of got the claws out again of the Cougars, and they've played the last 4 or 5 minutes here, very intense, very physical, and have created some great opportunities for themselves.
Yeah, speaking of the intensity of the Cougars, I think they came to the field to make a statement today with the eye black on and kind of painted up and showing a little bit of that warrior mentality, and they're bringing it out here in the second half.
Here's a ball that's distributed outside. Looking at Shelby Lund on the outside to the left here. The Cougars go long. Amber Frederick's going to have to track that one down. Let's see what she does. She distributes it back to Morgan. Morgan looks like she's going to try to get the ball upfield to an advantage, and Ashley Gustafson. Ball by Ashley that goes outside to Kendra.
Nicely played there by Amber Frederick into the middle to the senior Morgan Kramer. You know, you've got to have some confidence in those center backs to play that ball inside near your goal. Frederick making a nice play there, and you know, you've got a great senior leader there, and Morgan Kramer, and countered that and played it out off the Cougar attack.
Absolutely. I think the Cougars are pressing a little bit more too. In the second half, they seem to be moving their midfielders up a little bit quicker and trying to advance and counter a little more quickly, which I think is demonstrated in part of that intensity and kind of, again, creating those opportunities that maybe they didn't have in the first half as much. And I'll tell you what, as Gabrielle Boyer goes down, the play is getting a little more physical here on a one-to-one game with about 25 minutes or so to go. Shelby Lund with a long ball. Elise Braswell is going to track that one down. She's got time to survey the field quick and pop it back into Danielle Joyle.
Yeah, you're starting to see a little more contact out on the field there. It's going to be a good battle between the speed of the Cougar attack up front and a formidable back line of the West Scarlets back there with Frederick and Boyer on your inside backs. Morgan Kramer and Sarah Brusk. It's going to be a good matchup here.
Yep, really anchoring that center. Fantastic play here just by Morgan, heading that ball out. Looked like Danielle Joyle was trying to connect with Natalie Shizzle on the backside, and if Morgan hadn't headed that ball, looked like there could have been a real opportunity here for the Cougars again. Ball deflects out of bounds. We'll have Scarlet throw in.
Got about 23 minutes in the second half here, and you just get the feeling that maybe this next goal could be the game winner, create a little momentum for the team, possibly make it stand up for the game winner.
Yep, I could see a 2-1 score. Scarlet's trying to counter. Ooh, big takedown there. Elise Braswell got a hold of Ashley Gustafson a little bit from the backside. Looks like our center's just talking to her a little bit, saying, hey, kind of a hard foul. Not nothing horrible, but let's keep it clean. So
wind has calmed a little bit here in the second half.
Boy, Morgan's going to try to put a big leg on this one. She's got about 45 yards to go. So let's see if she can center this one or get an oncoming player. Long ball goes in. East goalie and Morgan Kime Wolf again does a really nice job of getting underneath that one.
Has a nice drive off the direct kick there, and you know, they're looking to drop that in at about 6 yards and maybe see if they can get the goalkeeper to play it. Maybe a bobble, loose ball. We've seen a loose ball, and East cleaning up, and that's maybe what West was looking for off that direct.
A couple players that came in for East looked like Taylor Keekley and Emily Altenberg coming in, and for the Scarlets, it looked like we had Lauren Callway come back onto the field. Emma Motter does a good job of scooping that one up. Holding it up, letting her team get upfield just a little bit. Alex Ledke tries to control that one. Distributes it to the outside. Good overlap by Alex. Good job, good motion off of the ball. A good portion of the game here, Kevin, if the girls can do this, and we'll see this again with the boys game as well. about 80% of the game actually happens off of the ball. Your players moving into a better support position or your players moving into a better offensive position, either finding that gap or finding a through opportunity. So, again, as we watch this game, some things that I'm looking for those players that are ready to take advantage of this big field, create an opportunity by moving off the ball, again, whether it's supportive or offensive. Dana Bonks trying to settle that one. Looks like LC Callway is on that one. Tough play by Taylor Keekley there to get the ball back. You can hear Coach AK looking for that ball to be distributed. He's looking to attack and counter pretty quickly before West can get their numbers back. Long, low shot. Goes left of the net. We'll have a goal kick.
Jenny Vetter there on the low driving shot. As you mentioned, Coach AK over there exhorting on his team.
You can feel the intensity even coming up with the coaches just a little bit. A 1-1 tie at Pack the Stands, 20 minutes left in a big rivalry. He's going to try to fire his squad up, and you can hear Chrissy trying to fire her squad up to play as hard as they can for these next 20 minutes because, again, it could be a 2-1 game and a 2-1 win for one of these squads.
Well, it's obviously meaningful in the Pack the Stands crosstown rivalry, but you mentioned how closely they are grouped there together in the sectional rankings. You know, these two teams could see each other in the postseason. Obviously, a win creates a little bit of momentum going into the postseason, maybe a shadow of doubt for the losing side about whether they can come back and overcome that opponent in the postseason. So there's a lot on the line for both teams here.
Yeah, I think if both these teams end up as a sectional opponent, they both have got some things that they want to work on. They both have some things that have worked well for them, and I think neither one would back down from a second game this year and another matchup.
It's definitely a strong possibility, and again, it'll be interesting to see what they learn in this match.
That was a long ball distributed to Lizzie Vetter, but she was a good couple of yards off sides. I don't think she felt like she was. I think she felt like she timed that run pretty well. But the AR did not feel the same way. In fact, he's laughing a little bit because the coaches are giving him a hard time. So, but it did look from my angle that she may have been off maybe by even a yard or two on that. But it was a good idea. She definitely has the wheels and the speed to get on top of that ball, and if she would have been on sides, I think she would have had a great scoring opportunity.
Well, you talk about chemistry on the field. It probably doesn't get any better than the Vetter-to-Vetter connection, and it was Jenny trying to loft that ball ahead to Lizzie. Jenny does a nice job with that. We've seen it a couple times here in the second half. Jenny, very patient with the ball, got a great soccer IQ, lofted that ball ahead, tried to put it out there in a position for Lizzie to run onto it.
Yeah, great vision in the games that I've seen, including today, displayed by her. Alex Ledke distributing the ball back to Gabrielle Boyer. I do like the possession game displayed by Scarlets today. Let's see if that has wore out the East team at all. LC Callway is dangerous with the ball on her foot. So is Dana Bonks. Looks for a shot. Unfortunately, it looks like she maybe hit the ground just a little bit before she hit that one and kind of shot it off to the right-hand side.
That looks like a lot of my shots out on the golf course. That's why I don't play often. She didn't quite get all of it. Didn't strike it the way she wanted to, but she had the right idea and the opportunity and the motive, and it just didn't pan out for her. But she's a player that's got to keep taking that shot.
She's got a very solid leg, and that was your toe drop wedge. Is that what you're telling me? That's happened to me as well. So, hey, while I've got a moment, I want to mention thank you to all of the vendors and people that have sponsored. We'll continue to mention them throughout the broadcast. One that we'd like to mention in particular, and it's a great opportunity for raising money for Mankato United and to help to pay for things for kids that maybe can't afford to play soccer themselves. I know we do a lot with the club of sponsoring kids that can't afford the fees to play. There's a lot of things that go into the complex, so there's a lot of fundraising that's needed by the club, and Buffalo Wild Wings has really stepped up and done a great job. They are willing to donate 25% of your bill to Mankato United from September 29th through October 5th. There's a coupon that you can bring in, I believe, Kevin, or if you mention that you are eating at their establishment and there because of the Mankato United opportunity, I believe they probably even just honor it that way. But again, thanks very much to Buffalo Wild Wings and get an opportunity to go enjoy their great food and raise a little money for the club.
Yep, they've been a great partner of us, as you've mentioned, kind of a staple out here at Pack the Stands. And, you know, with the in-house soccer tournament, Soccer Fest in June, you know, with one store closing downtown and just the Hilltop location, they weren't able to join us out here at Pack the Stands this year. But, you know, they've made a very generous offer, and we hope people will take advantage of that. And, great fundraising opportunity for Mankato United Soccer.
Quick counter there. Ashley Gustafson had a nice shot and a great opportunity. She had EJ Holt on the outside and was able to just kind of sneak by EJ, or is that, no, excuse me, Elise Braswell on the outside. Unfortunately, her shot found Morgan's gloves without Morgan having to move too much. McKenna's trying to create an opportunity here. She might have an outside shot. Oh, she slipped just a little bit. We'll try to get that taken care of for the second game. We'll fix that.
Yeah, she tried, you could see her winding up the big left foot, and unfortunately just the feet went out from under her. But
yeah, she was looking to create a lot of leverage and create a lot of torque on that shot. And when that happens, sometimes the cleats and the studs slide a little bit. So,
yeah. But as you mentioned, we'll mop that spot before the boys' game.
Yep. It's getting pretty physical in the midfield here. You saw McKenna and Taylor really shoulder to shoulder there. Legal plays, obviously, but both trying to edge and use leverage to get the ball and maintain possession for their squad.
Under 15 minutes to play now. It's definitely a momentum thing here, and we'll see which way it swings.
You can see that both squads are getting a little tired as those longer balls are getting distributed a little bit more often, and doesn't seem to be quite as much on some of those.
Looks like West has maybe changed his formation here in the second half. I don't know if that's tactical or related to the wind, but you know, West traditionally has been a 4-4-2 team, and switched it up a little bit at the suggestion of the young ladies at a point where they weren't creating a lot of attack and went to the 4-3-3. They opened in this game, but now that looks like they're in the 4-4-2.
I'll tell you, both of these coaches have been coaching the game and or played the game for quite a while, and the fact that these coaches with that much experience and that much knowledge about the game are willing to listen to the players and what they think is going to work, I think shows great leadership on both their behalfs, and know them both personally, and know that they do a great job of mentoring these younger players and teaching them to be more than just soccer players, teaching them to be great people in the community. So.
Yeah, two great coaches, and you know, I think that does demonstrate a great deal of leadership, listening to the players, adapting to the kind of the talent and skills in their, you know, and changing up the formation and making a change here from one half to the second half.
Danielle Joyle trying to get the ball to Lizzie Vetter. We've got a ball that got distributed out of bounds by Amber Frederick. And it looks like Rayanne Meyer will be coming back into the game for Emily.
Yeah, great to see Danielle back out on the field. She had taken a hard shot to the face, you know, off a direct kick. Took the ball at about 5 yards and was out the midpoint of the season for about 5 to 6 games with concussion-type symptoms.
East doing a nice job of being very patient, trying to move the ball, switch the field, trying to find a better angle of attack. Just couldn't get their shot off. Kendra Cruz possessing the ball on the outside. A little give and go there between her and Asia. Nice bit of skill. Moving the ball back up the field.
Pack the Stands, unique format. We've seen, we'll see 8 games out here throughout the day. You know, boys game coming up. Not very many opportunities at all where you'll see the girls-boys soccer doubleheader. Chrissy Mackle will get to see her son Jake play in that second game.
Yep, that's fantastic. I know Jake recently set some scoring records for West, and Chrissy was able to take advantage of seeing when that scoring record was set and still make it to the Rochester Century game. So a lot of dedication there, but what a great opportunity. She does not usually get to see her son play, so a great opportunity here, as well as when she was able to take that little bit of time and kind of scoring opportunity here. Lizzie Vetter Tried the left foot, but just couldn't quite get her hips angled at the goal. Ended up sending that one over by the scoreboard. But yeah, again, a great opportunity for the Makala family, and that they were able to time up a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock game, and Chrissy was able to still make her obligation of coaching of the West girls.
Yeah, everything kind of fell into place there, you know, and Chrissy very unselfish, and of course Jacob, you know, understands how much it means for his mother to coach and has encouraged her to stay with it, even though he's having a very successful high school career. But unique situation there with 5 o'clock West boys game and a 7 o'clock game down in Rochester, that Chrissy was there to for that big moment for the family, and then made it down there without a speeding ticket, just at game time.
Yep. I know she's got a new van, so I'm assuming that the van could hit high rates of speed. So I'm curious if she set the cruise control, or you know, maybe just got lucky. Who knows? But she was able to make the game, which was fantastic to see her. She was there about 10 minutes before the whistle blew and the game started. So.
Well, Jacob, one of the most dominant players in the state, leading the state in scoring, and you know, they said it would be nice for him to score early so his mom could get on the road. The West girls had kind of, you know, empowered her to stay behind and stay throughout the game until the record was set. But they said they were going to try to get it done early, and they did get it done early.
Yeah, I believe he scored in the first minute, so that worked out well for both squads.
Best laid plans coming to fruition.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can see both coaches right now are generously using their substitutions, trying to keep their kids' breath and maybe bring in some fresh legs. Again, this big field here is going to wear these girls out just a little bit more than playing on one of those more narrow fields.
Some welcome cloud cover moving in here, just taking the direct sun off us a little bit here. A welcome respite for both the players and the fans, I think.
It's a little over 9 minutes left in the game right now. Kind of been back and forth, Kevin, since they each squad scored a goal within probably a 8-minute time frame, punch and counter punch, and just been going back and forth. I think one thing's going to determine this game, and it's going to be who ends up with a greater offensive opportunity, who sets up that opportunity, as both clubs seem to be running kind of on eighth of a tank of gas. We've got just a little bit left here to finish the game, but it looks like one of these squads is probably going to pop a through ball to one of their quicker players, and we might end up with a 2-1 game, or we might end up with our first game being in an overtime. Looks like Ashley Gustafson just got in front of the player on that one. Oh, but Danica Stenzel does a great job to recover. That starts to happen a little bit too when your legs are getting tired. You've played 70-plus minutes of soccer already, and you end up doing a little ball watching from time to time.
Looks like Colway's down, and she's asking for a substitute. Cougars on a different play off the ball have a player down.
Yeah, we've got 2 players down. Looks like the East player is holding her nose, and Colway looks like she might be doing the same. So a little bit more of that physical play kind of manifesting itself here.
2 separate plays. Looks like a little bit of a mash unit out there. The trainers from both teams out to do a little triage. All the players have come to the sideline and get a little hydration. A little bit later in the half, but similar with a little welcome break. You don't want to see the injuries and both these teams battling hard here. You certainly hope that both these players will be able to gather themselves and get back into the final minutes of action here in this closely contested match.
So we've got Colway that's back up. Let's take a minute just to mention our sponsors. And again, thank you so much to those companies and those people that were able to help make this event happen and to continue to support Mankato United Soccer here in town. Again, Kevin, we got over 800 youth players. And what a great game to learn and to teach your kids. But I wanted to give special shout-outs to our silver sponsors in Angie's Kettle Corn, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, Hy-Vee of Mankato, Live Aveda, National Recognition Products, Pizza Ranch of Mankato, R&R Tire, and Tandem Bagels. And we also have some bronze sponsors that were kind enough to participate in the event as well. Thank you to those bronze sponsors in Abdo, Ike, and Myers, Andreen Collins, Norman and Company, Austin's Auto Repair, Commerce Dental, Community Bank, Culver's, Gish Electric, Mankato Clinic, Mankato East and West Boosters, MSU Athletics, Bob and Sue Olson, Overhead Door Company, Pepsi here in Mankato, Pub 500, Shields, Schwickerts, and Southern Minnesota Orthodontics. And contributing sponsors in American Family, Dan and Karen Anderson, and Hilltop Florist. That's quite a list, Kevin.
That's an impressive list of some familiar names there that seem to answer the call always on behalf of community soccer, whether it be with Soccer Fest, the in-house tournament out here at this complex in June, whether it be sponsoring these East or West teams or getting themselves involved in this event. Colway's up back to the bench. I'm not sure if we know which Cougar player is out there, but Coach AK is out there with her as well, it looks like. And we'll reset, head into this final 7:48, and see if we come away with the victor in regular time.
Yeah, hopefully. I didn't get the number of the player that's down, but hopefully that player is able to get back up. And I know she was holding her, it looked like her nose, but hopefully we don't have a concussion situation where where she might be out for a couple games here and headed into section. I know that neither of the teams want to lose any of their players heading in, and usually both teams bring up some players for sections to kind of supplement the roster. As you get a little bit longer into the season here, it seems like players get a little more wear and tear. The East player looks to be sitting up.
Not sure.
Got a captain's armband on, so I'm not sure which of the captains that might be.
Yeah, like you say, in a closely contested match like this, you hate to see a player not be able to finish the match. And then, wow, here we are at the end of the season. Both teams wrapping up regular season play on Tuesday, heading into sections the following Monday.
Boy, that almost looks like it might be Danielle Joyle, and I hope that's not the case because I know she just came back right off of an injury. So
it is Joyle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I know that she just made it back on and has probably gotten a couple games into the season. So hopefully, whatever injury that she may have gotten there, it's just a nick, and maybe she'll even be able to make it back into this game, or with some quick TLC, she's able to make it back for sections.
Yeah, good to see her. Walking mostly on her own power, but I'm sure a little bit shaken up with, sitting out here and just returning to action after an injury earlier in the season. Tough to see.
Yeah, tough as a senior, too, to miss that amount of games and then make it back. And, again, hopefully she's able to recuperate from whatever is ailing her here. And because she sure was making a difference in this game. I mean, between the two veterans and her, it seemed like a lot of the offensive opportunities in the last several minutes were running up this right-hand side for the Cougars, and Danielle Joyle was a big part of that. Back to play. Gabrielle Boyer heads the ball over to McKenna Beisman. McKenna's looking for a through ball opportunity to Ashley. Can Ashley get on top of that? Looks like Haley Barsness got there first, and Cougars have earned themselves either looks like maybe a corner kick.
Looks like it's going to be the 8th grader out of the corner. Gustafson, very strong leg. Be looking to play this into the box and hopefully get some teammates on it.
Yeah, and as we talked about nicks and bruises throughout the season, you can see that Ashley's wearing a brace on her right ankle. So I think at this time of the year, a lot of the kids kind of get banged up. They've come off summer soccer. They head right into the high school soccer. Ball's bouncing inside the 18, comes on out. They're going to distribute it back out to Ashley and see if they can work another cross in here. Back to Amber Fredericks. Good possession being displayed here by the Scarlets. Ball distributed to that left-hand corner. Alex Ledke looks to cross it with her left. Just got underneath that one a little bit. Looks similar to the play from Faribault on the first goal on Thursday night, where Alex was able to cross a big left end, and Elsie Colway was able to run one home, but she just looked like Alex got underneath that one just a little bit.
Yeah, nice ball play
Counter
in
here,
there.
but Lizzie was just off. She's shoulder to shoulder. Lizzie's running with that defender, but I think her shoulders are just in front of the other player, so she's almost got that timed up, Kevin, but I think she might be just ahead of it just a little bit. AR right on top of it. It happened right in front of him here. So.
Yeah, again, Lizzie thought she had that pretty well timed out. You talk about her track experience. That would be a false start in track. Offsides here in soccer, but she's looking just to create that edge, a little separation, and try to get that run that maybe would give the Cougars an advantage here late in the game.
Alex Ledke distributes the ball to the corner to Ashley Gustafson. Big cross. Is there anybody on the outside that's going to get that one up? That one goes through the 18. Kendra Cruz trying to get on that one, was just a touch late. If she had synced up that run just a little bit better, she might have been able to get that ball out of the air, and Scarlets would have had a great scoring opportunity. Alex Ledke heading the ball. Distributed outside by Elise Braswell. We'll have a Scarlet throwing.
Kendra Cruz closing on that down there. We're playing a little bit down on the west end here. Scarlets maintaining possession here late in the second half, down to 5 minutes to play.
Again, Scarlet's showing great possession here. They've connected probably 4 to 5 passes in a row on a lot of their efforts. Asia Abdo firing from the outside. Just didn't quite get what she wanted on that one, but another good scoring opportunity kind of created because of the possession. Ball is making its way back into the Scarlets' defensive end. Looks like Rayanne Meyer trying to track that one down. So Kevin, with 4.5 minutes left, if we end up going into overtime, we've got high school rules, obviously, a little bit different sometimes than your MYSA rules for overtime. But what we'll end up having is 2 5-minute overtimes. And at that point, if there's no winner, we'll have a tied game. We won't go into PKs. We're not in the sections or in the playoffs or anything like that. So you can end up with a tied game here in conference play. And the golden goal rule is gone.
Yeah, it's politically correct. It used to be called sudden death. They politically correct went to sudden victory, but that's not the case. It'll be 2 5-minute periods. We'll play total goals to settle it. And as you mentioned, no PKs, but I know both teams are starting to practice the PKs for an anticipation of that possibility in section play.
So golden goal, just for those of you that aren't overly familiar with the term, would mean any time in overtime, if somebody had scored a goal, the game would be over. We will play, if we end up in that situation, we'll play 2 complete 5-minute overtimes, and the victor will be determined, again, by the overall score, not just one winning goal, which I think, honestly, is a good way to do it. So let them play the 10 minutes out and see who ends up being the victor.
Yeah, it's a good, fair format, and on a hot day like this when both teams have been battling, it'll be interesting to see who's got something extra in the tank if we go into overtime. You talked about skill and ability and quickness, maybe creating that ability to separate and get that game winner. Part of it's going to be just that will to win, and you got some great warriors out on the field that are going to be called upon to lead their teams down the stretch here.
Ashley Gustafson did a really nice job of using her body there. Asia Abdo coming across with an opportunity, takes a shot. Shelby Lund on the backside of that. Can she keep it in? Oh, looks like the ball went out and we'll have a goal kick, but good bit of offensive opportunity there for the Scarlets. But just over 2.5 minutes, or just under 2.5 minutes, excuse me, to play. I think both these teams would rather finish this in regulation if they could, so I think you may see a little bit more forward press from both of these teams. Shelby Lund being active on the ball. Nice, tried to get a nice pass in there to Ashley Gustafson. Shut down by Danica Stenzel. Ball coming back up. Cougars are counterattacking pretty quickly. Looking to distribute a ball down the right flank. Just happened to go out of bounds.
It's Ella Gavin playing the midfield for the Cougars, trying to move it ahead to Lizzie Vetter.
Oh, Morgan stepped on that ball. Boy, look at the quickness displayed by Lizzie. She's really wants to win this last Pack the Stands game against West, it looks like.
I mentioned those Warriors, and I put Lizzie Vetter in that category.
Absolutely. Throwing to Taylor Keekley. Keekley pops it in just outside the 18. Amber Fredericks trying to distribute the ball up. We mentioned pressing a little bit. I can see that East has moved to 3 defensive backs, and they're pressing everybody else forward, trying to find that opportunity to score. If West can counter here, might be kind of interesting with only 3 people back, but they weren't able to get that counter going.
Relative to the overtime rules, too, I think there is a little bit more liberal substitution opportunity in the MYSA format, it's the players on the field at the end of regulation that have to start the overtime. Not certain about that in the high school. I think there could be some substitution, but you may see these coaches stick with the lineup that's on the field now.
At 40 seconds left, let's see if one team can create that final scoring opportunity. Shelby Lund distributes the ball out of bounds. You see the Cougars scrambling. AK encouraging his defense to move all the way up. Amber Fredericks punches this ball almost to me. Taylor Keekley with the ball. Good step by Asia Abdal, but Keekley gets the ball back, distributes to the inside. SB, Sarah Baruska kind of saving the day there as the ball was bouncing around inside the 18, and she's able to get that ball out of danger.
That wasn't a dangerous spot there near the end of this game.
And it looks like we will be heading to overtime. So we will have a quick water break here for both squads. They'll get a chance to kind of reset, determine which team is going to take which side of the field. Also during the overtime, what they'll do on the switch after 5 minutes is they'll just switch sides. They won't have another water break or another intermission at all. So we'll just have a couple minutes here real quick while the teams and squads gather themselves aside, do a quick meeting of the captains and figure out which team is going to take which side. Shouldn't take too awful long, and we'll be right back to action here. We got Brian Ball, who's still hanging out with us, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun watching the game. It's been exciting.
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth here. I think the intensity cranked up just a little bit in the. Very good. Yeah, no problem, right? Again, we have Brian Ball that's joined us again. Just real quick, Brian, we pulled you off from the sides. You've had quite a history of coaching soccer, and I'm sure you've ended up in some overtimes. What's your overtime strategy? What do you think these teams should try to execute in an overtime?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to stay on the attack. You sit back and stuff. You're putting yourself at risk. So I think our strategy is always to be the aggressor and go at a team and try to get one as early as you can. And I think East looks like they've been pushing here a little bit lately, and that's the mindset that you need in going into an overtime session. So
yeah, I believe in the exact same thing. Whether it's the start of the first half, second half, or an overtime, I've always encouraged our kids get that first goal, right, and come out firing right away, because sometimes getting that first goal will just set the tone for that entire half. And then if you need to play a little more compact or you need to play a little more defensively, you can. But some teams don't make that great switch into kind of a defensive mindset if they're just a natural offensive team, and that can be kind of dangerous as well.
Definitely, and I think a lot of times in overtime games you'll see this one is only 2 goals for the full 80 minutes so far, and a lot of times you get into overtimes you'll see a quick one, and I think a lot of that has to do with the mindset. So I guess we'll see if West can kind of get on the attack here a little more. East has been putting a little heat on here lately, but it's just been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, East has definitely had some great scoring opportunities. I see Danielle is still on the bench here, so I don't think that she'll be coming back into the game. She was key in some of those opportunities that were moving up the right-hand side here. Vetter sisters seem to be working together as well. And I was mentioning to Kevin, I thought the team that figured out how to use this space, this 80 yards wide when they're used to playing on something that might be a little more narrow, would create a real advantage, whether that was by splitting those defenders by even more or just distributing the ball to space and looking for a switch. And it seems like East has done a good job of that. I've noticed the ball tends to come up on the right-hand side a lot, but they're moving it out into space, and then they're looking for that big cross.
Definitely. I think there has been space there for both teams. I think both have been a little bit hesitant getting into that space early enough. So, I think the team that can pick up their speed of play here a little bit in overtime is also going to be a team that has a little bit of an advantage finding those opportunities a little bit faster, because they have been there. They've just been a little slow to get them to capitalize on those.
Good, and well-needed breather probably here quick for both squads. So
yeah, definitely.
See both the teams taking a bunch of water. So. So you're able to see what these two teams are playing for. There's a tradition that started with Pack the Stands. It's kind of like the traveling trophy that goes back and forth between these two squads. There's one for the boys' game, there's one for the girls' game. They color them in the gold and red depending on who won that year. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the game, these girls celebrate like they won state sometimes after they take home a trophy.
That's
like
really cool. It's an awesome trophy, and it's really really awesome that it means that much. That just shows how important of a rivalry, how great of a rivalry it is. So it's been fun being a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want one for my trophy room, but
there
I'm
you
not
go. That's
playing,
right.
so.
Yeah.
Good, Brian. Well, hey, thanks for jumping in again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Sharing some of your strategy and thoughts on overtime.
We'll look forward to seeing how it plays out.
Thank you.
Thanks, Russ.
Looks like West probably won the toss for overtime here and decided to take the wind and see if they could use that to their advantage. Again, the wind has probably calmed down a little bit more than the beginning of the game, so maybe a little bit less of a factor, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll see. They're going to be attacking with that wind at their back here, and in this first 5 minutes, it just seems like that overtime periods go by pretty quickly here. And be a little bit of nerves here and seeing who can feel each other out again, maybe almost like reopening the game. A lot on the line now here in overtime.
Yeah, and I think our prediction here of possibly a 2-1 game may come to fruition, or we may end up with a tie like we can again in high school soccer. And as they move into the sections, again, those playoffs are true playoffs. They need a winner. But during the regular season, you're really just trying to mount the best record that you can for sections and get your best sectional ranking and build up that season so that you can make a great run in sections, very much so like these squads have done before, very much so like what the West team did last year heading into to state.
Yeah, if we see an overtime winner here, it's going to be elation on one side, heartbreak on the other.
Alex Lutke distributing the ball to Dana Bonks, who's running hard onto that one. Good cut by Dana. She takes a left-footed shot that just ricochets off Alex's back. Oh, Ashley Gustafson was there to clean that one up, but it just went off her foot just a little bit too far. Great scoring chance for the Scarlets and the first real scoring opportunity of the overtime.
Yeah, that was a nice push, 2 in the box. Looked like it could work out well for the Scarlets, but
quick counter here by the Cougars, though. Rayanne Meyer trying to take her player one-on-one. Rips one towards the net, just a little bit wide. So very similar to our first 80 minutes, Kevin. We've got just some back and forth going on here in a 1-1 game, and both of these teams looking for that opportunity to put one in the back of the net and win one for their team. If either one of these squads could win one, I think it would do a great things for their sectional ranking, give them a much better chance for maybe 1 or 2 home games.
Absolutely, as you mentioned, kind of packed together pretty tightly in the section rankings, closely matched in overall record, and it's playing itself out today on the field with a overtime match here, 1-1, all knotted up. We'll see who can create a chance here in the overtime period.
Oh, McKenna, nice job on that ball. She rips one from about 30. Trying to create that scoring opportunity, or trying to create a bobble by the goalie that just didn't happen. Both of these goalies have done a pretty solid job of controlling the ball. West is looking to move the ball to the outside. Gabrielle Boyer looking to punch that one to Alex and just kind of punch it to the sideline just a little too much.
2 minutes left in this first overtime period. As we mentioned, we'll play another 5-minute overtime period.
Oh, nice bit of skill by Dana trying to turn there, but one of the Vetter girls there to steal the ball. Alex distributing it to the outside, seeing if Dana can run onto that one again. Going hard at the corner. Cougars decide to distribute the ball to the outside and see if they can reset their defense a little bit. Nice ball by Asia. Alex pops one up into the middle. Ashley Gustafson fighting hard for that one. Elise Braswell on her back. Let's see if one of these opportunities actually ends up inside of the 18 here. Tough tackle there. Ashley called for the foul, but tough tackle between her and I think one of the Canstrup girls.
1 minute left in this first overtime period.
Yeah, you can see Ashley had a good tackle on that, but she may have just caught the player a little more foot than ball possibly on that one. Dana Bonks with the ball. Morgan gets it up to her. Asia Abdu was calling for the ball in space, but they just couldn't find her. Scarletts couldn't find her. Jenny Vetter distributing the ball up to her sister. Sister's been very dangerous in this game, but Sarah Bariska shuts her down. Alex Ludke tries to distribute it to Dana. Through ball opportunity, looking to see if they could hit Ashley, but she was shut down by 2 of the Cougars. I think they figured out that they're going to try to run that ball through on a quick pass through to Ashley Gustafson and use her speed, and the Cougars have done a nice job of shutting her down through the middle. Yeah,
they had her marked on the ball side and on the back, 2 of them there, and they weren't going to let that ball get through, and Gustafson created a chance there early in this overtime period. They were going to make sure that didn't happen again, and we're through the first 5.
Squads are going to flip sides here really quick. I think all the players are going to try to run to the sideline real quick. Refs might be using a little bit of discretion and letting them get water. Generally speaking, they'll just flip the sides. Players don't leave the field, but what we're seeing here is on a little warmer day. Kids are having to run on a bigger field again, and I think this is the right call by the referees. Let them catch a quick drink and avoid dehydration and any other trouble that might be caused by being tired. So.
Yeah, I think you're seeing some girls that put it all out there in this crosstown rivalry matchup, and they're going to sleep well tonight. And we'll see what comes of this last 5 minutes. Probably a little to the chagrin of the boys, where we're expecting just a great matchup in that second contest here this afternoon between the East Cougars and the West Scarlet boys. 2 high-flying offenses. It's going to be a great match, and I'm sure they're anxious to get it underway.
Both of those teams on the boys' side, the recent state coaches poll ranking had come out, and we had Mankato West ranked 5, and you also had East receiving votes. They ranked the top 10, but basically that amounts to East being in the top 12. So I'm calling it a 5 versus 12 matchup today.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one in that boys' tilt. But we'll see what we're going to get for result here in this next 5 minutes with the girls. I think East playing a little more defensively postured with West attacking into that wind. I look for East to maybe change it up a little bit and try to make a push and get that game winner here in the second overtime period with the wind at their back. Now again, no golden goal. We'll play the full 5 minutes no matter the result. If we get an early goal, we'll play the full 5.
Looks like Chrissy Mackla has inserted a few new players into this second 5 minutes. I saw Hannah Holt running on. I also saw Shelby Lundbeck in the lineup. So we'll see if maybe some of those fresh legs are able to help out here a little bit. East looking to attack pretty quickly. Rayanne Meyer with a nice ball out to Natalie Schizzle. Oh, tough matchup there with Rayanne and Asia fighting for the ball in the middle. Here comes Shelby Lund to tackle the ball.
If I'm coaching this match, I don't want to lose track of the Vetter girls down here on the attack.
Yeah, I think if they both of those girls can create opportunity. Jenny takes a shot from distance. Didn't quite get that one on the mark that she was hoping for, but I'll tell you what, you can see the offensive mindedness of those players. They really want to have the ball on their foot. They want to be the ones that finish this game and don't want to go home on the wrong side of the scoreboard here.
Very skilled, very confident, and an incredible will to win.
Ball to Lizzie Vetter. Lizzie sees Taylor in the middle, tries to pop one in. We've got danger. Taylor tried to distribute that one over to Rayanne Meyer, who couldn't quite run on it. It looked like the ball might have been bouncing there just a little bit. If they could have done a nice little soft, directed pass, I think they could have had a real scoring opportunity there.
A little miscommunication back there amongst the West defense. They had players in there, but not really sure who was going to put the pressure on the ball.
Yeah, a little bit of a turnover of that outside player on the backside and lack of communication by the right inside back and the right outside back as Rayanne Meyer was able to come through there kind of unmarked. A little over 3 minutes left in this overtime. Both squads giving it all, giving it their all, best efforts. This is what happens in those rivalry games. Long ball sent down. Haley Barsness is able to track that one down, but it looks like got a couple Scarlets attacking the ball as well. Hannah Holt on that one.
Very quick defenders back there for East. You're going to have to put it on somebody on that through ball. Otherwise, they're going to close pretty quickly.
Scarlets are doing a nice job of using that width. Lizzie Vetter's onside on that one, but Emma Motter is able to come and clean it up real quick. Emma saw something that she liked there. She didn't hold on to that ball very long before she punted it. Ball's back in the Cougars' possession. Turned over to Asia Abdo. West, Ashley sends herself a long ball. She might be able to get on that. Oh, and Morgan does a fantastic job of closing down that opportunity.
That's a lot of courage in a goaltender. A first-year goaltender coming out made a terrific play on the ball.
Great job. She went feet first on that slide tackle to get the ball. Did not take out the player. So again, very smart, very athletic play. Morgan goes up on defense for the Scarlets and heads that one out of trouble. Lizzie Vetter with her arm up in the air, hoping for a ball. She's looking for a ball that she can put in the back of the net, looking for a quick through ball. She keeps trying to pick that spot in between the defenders, and if they pop one through to her, she could be dangerous. Speaking of Vetter, here she is. She's turning hard. Amber Fredericks does a good job of turning her. And Shelby Lund, trying to clean this up, distributes it to the outside. Just a minute left, Kevin. Morgan tried to get rid of that ball, and Taylor shoots one just over the crossbar. Boy, that one ended up being a lot closer than I thought it might be.
The tension is mounting. Boy, they're really bringing the attack down there, and have had a couple good looks at the Scarlet net here in the waning moments here. We're under a minute.
I didn't see what happened on the backside of that play, but we're going to have a stoppage in time here. Asia Abdo getting a quick yellow. Alex Ledke coming in to fill in for her for this final 56 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. That's unfortunate. You know, Asia Abdo, a senior leader for this team, out late in the game.
We'll see if the Scarlets or the Cougars are able to mount something here in the final 45. Otherwise, we're going to be ended up with a 1-1 tie, and both teams will add to their section and overall records with another tie. Final 30 coming up here. Hannah Holt crosses a ball to Danger. Danger Shelby Lund here if she can get her foot on it. Oh, and East is able to clear. You hear the East crowd just applauding that effort to get that ball out of trouble. Alex Letke trying to track a ball down. She keeps it in bounds. She's got 15 seconds. Can the Scarlets get a quick throw in and mount one final opportunity here? And I think we're going to end up with the tie as the girls kind of tie up the ball on the outside. But boy, what a great effort by both of these squads.
Great match.
Yep, and you can tell how evenly they're matched up. So a 1-1 tie here for our first game of kind of our doubleheader, Kevin, and we're gonna kick it off to some highlights from the second half. As you can see, that goal by McKenna Biasman was a real nice piece of skill. Ended up going bar down. And we're jumping over to the Cougars goal here that got bobbled just a little bit by Emma Motter. Again, you can see Emma just couldn't quite get her hands on that, and Natalie Schizzle was on the backside to finish that one up. That was it for our scoring. It was 1-1. Fun game to watch. It looks like both squads are relatively tired, and not sure what happens to the championship trophy and the Pack the Stands trophy. If that stays with last year's victor, or if that goes into a vault for this year. Thank you for joining us for the girls varsity game. We'll be excited to come back and announce the boys varsity game between two high-powered teams, two highly ranked teams in the section, and we hope you can stick around and join us for the boys varsity game.